So, if you put out some positive energy, call it light. You spread little bit of positive light on the darkness around you, and the whole world can change, literally by your presentation. It all depends on how you hold the day. So, what I'm trying to say is, let go of yesterday. Hold on to today. Because you don't need to worry about tomorrow yet, because it's not here. This morning I woke up feeling a really strong energy of pride and happiness, of the direction that life is going. Not just for me, but for humanity itself. Because I feel like we are finally at a point in life where a wave of change is coming, a good wave of change. And it all, hang on, it all starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with our friends, our family, our neighbors, people we don't even know, the strangers. It all starts with every single one of us focusing a positive energy out. I don't mean to sound like a hippie, but I've come to realize lately that that's really, it's really the ideal lifestyle that we should all be living. Not living in trees and not using deodorant stuff. You know, you should smell good and, I mean, love nature, but don't chain yourself to trees. I mean, if you do, that's your choice. But the energy conveyed, the energy you put out is what is literally driving the world either mad, happy, sad. You control all the atmosphere around you with your energy. Oh. And that's the way I'm going to keep going, with one foot forward and a smile. I was watching this thing, if you've ever listened to anything like Gurus, the Sadhguru was talking about not thinking about people as property. That's the what I wanted to talk about. It made me think about relationships and stuff. We often get too wrapped up in a relationship that we feel possessive over the ones we love. And that's not just as a significant other or somebody that we are talking to or with. It's also with our children. It all stems from when they were younger and we were watching them take their first steps, you know, or before they took their first steps, and we were crawling with them. You know, as they would crawl, we would crawl right above them to make sure that they were all right and they didn't bump into anything, which is good. But we forget that you have to let them expand. It's like if a child, the Sadhguru said, if a baby was born, we all love babies, but if a baby was born and it came out and it said, "Who the hell are you?" Well, you're not going to like that baby. You're going to be insulted. It's kind of like the same thing as teenagers coming to you and saying, "Who the hell are you?" Because they want their individuality, and that's what they're expecting in life. It's because of our energy that we are transmitting to them on either being controlling, telling them yes or no. I mean, yes, obviously we have to protect them and we have to teach them still because they are not ready yet. But if a child wants to adventure, give them a limited adventure. Let them go out and do their own thing and live a little bit experience, you know, while teaching them the right ways and the wrong things and letting them know that you're still there. I, for one, do not want my children to be afraid of me or be afraid to come to me about anything. I want them to, instead of, if they mess up, if my son messes up and goes to a party and gets really drunk, I don't want my son to be like, "Man, my dad's going to be so pissed, I don't want to call him." Instead, I would rather my son be like, "I need to call my dad. I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. I want my dad here." I want my kids to be connected with me. Whew, I just went over a skunk. Anyway, it's all because of the energy that we are putting out. My kids will know that my love, my embrace, my energy is all positivity for them, and I will never shun them from learning or experiencing anything. My children are 3 and 4 years old. My daughter is 3 years old, just as of St. Patrick's Day. She, at that age, is picking her own clothes out. She's dressing herself. She's brushing her own teeth. She's taking showers, washing, shampooing, and using body wash all by herself. And she knows the difference between each one. She She knows how to pour her own bowl of cereal. She knows how to keep her room clean. And she's very, very, very good with, like, speech and enunciation. And that's all because instead of sheltering them from learning and experiencing, and my son's the same way. I mean, I should say that. My son's just, let's face it, boys, as males, we tend to be a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Imaginative. And perfect story. It was like 4 or 5 months ago. I get off work, I come home, and my daughter comes up to me and she's excited to see me as always. She'll argue with you that she's daddy's girl. There's nobody else in the world that matters to her. But she said, how was your day, Dad? And I told her it was good, and I asked her what she did. She told me about how her baby dolls did this and that and this. And then Gracie comes running up to me, and he said, hi, Dad. And I was like, hey, Bubby, how was your day? And he looks at me dead in the eyes and goes, there's a dinosaur in my ear. And I was like, oh, how did it get there? And he goes, ow, 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 and he took off running. But still the same, he feeds himself, showers himself, knows how to make his bed. They're intelligent. Not because they are special children. I mean, all kids are special, but it has nothing to do with, it has everything to do with the energy. Like, I don't hover over them and force them to do, or help them with things. I force them to do things themselves, to be individuals. And a lot of people try to tell me that, you're supposed to enjoy this time with your kids. I do enjoy it. I enjoy it immensely, watching my children grow and gain intelligence. But it's the energy I want them to feel, the knowing of how to do it themselves, wanting to do it themselves, and knowing that if they cannot do it, or cannot should never be said. If they're struggling to do it, then I'll be right there beside them to help them figure it out. But once I see that they have it down, I'm not doing it for them anymore. It's almost in a sense of, I'm the eagle pushing my babies out of the nest. Yes, they're young. Yes, they could probably use a little more bonding. I do bond with them all the time. There's not a day that goes by that I don't sit down and talk with them and hug on them and love on them and stuff and play with them. But I let them have their own energy, their own path, so to speak. And that's because I don't want my kids, when they're young adults, to struggle to do what they need to do or be afraid to come to me with anything. If you haven't listened to it, I will gladly send a link to you from the Sad Guru. But it's the energy. The more I listen to gurus and stuff, I just love saying the word guru. The more I listen to them, the more I've realized that is exactly how I feel inside. Is the way they explain things, the way they present their energy and stuff, is a guru. They're very intelligent, very selfless, very loving, very knowledgeable. Not about books, not about mathematics and stuff like that. No, they're very intelligent with life because they've gotten in tune with life, and they've come to realize that that's all that really matters, is the energy we present, because the energy you focus in your day, the energy you focus in your path straight off of you, is exactly how your day is going to go. So if you walk every day with a little bit of negativity, that little bit of negativity is eventually going to expand like a ball being filled up with air. Or rather than filled with air, it's going to fill up with water, and it's going to sink. So I would hope to convince you to let go of any negativity, let go of any of the bad, because you could literally let one little thing hold you back and change your day. One little bad thing. You stub your toe and you think about that stub all day, stubbing your toe all day, you're gonna hurt yourself, because that could literally cause the negativity for the whole day. So if you put out some positive energy, call it light. You spread a little bit of positive light on the darkness around you, and the whole world can change, literally by your presentation. It all depends on how you hold the day. So what I'm trying to say is, Let go of yesterday. Hold on to today. Because you don't need to worry about tomorrow yet, because it's not here. The present was a gift. Hence the word present. You should be living for the gift. You should be living in the moment. And not think about yesterday, because yesterday's old news. You can't change what you did yesterday. But you can prepare for what you're going to do tomorrow by worrying about today. Keep your energy light. Keep your energy very positive. Smile a lot. Share the love. I don't care if you're just going around the world and just shaking people's hands and telling them that they have a nice shirt, or I hope you have a wonderful day. It doesn't take much. But the energy you put out from here and you let expand from here can literally change the world for somebody. So, relationships, children, the way you raise them. I guess I used to not believe in, well, not believe because it's real, but I used to not think about marriage because I thought it was a waste to let the government tell me who I can love and put a price tag on that love by making me pay for a marriage license. That's still kind of where I'm at, but as long as your love is genuine and it's strong and it is 100% about the other person and you stay selfless in it, then I think it could work. You should fall in love with yourself and then fall in love with your best friend, meaning the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Because if you can't have fun or poke fun with that person, it's never going to work. I got to get off here. I got to do some things. But as always, I love you guys, and I'm always here for you. And if you haven't listened to it yet, go listen to the Sad Guru. And I don't know where he's going to put it. Let's play with Justin a little bit. Is it going to be over here? Subscribe? Up here? Down here? Link in the comments? Wherever? Never say I can't, because you can. Never say I will. Just do it. Love with all the energy in your heart. And focus on the positivity. Because that is going to be the righteous path for the world. Sorry about stuttering over my words. I've only had one cup of coffee. Anyways, I love you guys. Stay strong.